Hey guys, this is Lola Shea from The Lola Shea Show. Tune in every Monday at 7 o'clock right here on IAXISRADIO.com for hot topics, cool conversation, and me, your host. Gotta love it. See you there.
IAXIS Radio, the future of radio and podcast. No limit to what we do.
IAXIS Radio, WIAX, the future of radio and podcast. No limit to what we do.
Welcome to Community Megabytes, where we take a bite out of all community aspects, issues, events, and things that impact our communities. You know what I'm saying? So we got a hot show coming for you today. You know what I'm saying? I'm your host, DAVON Franklin, and we're going to get right to it, man. Right now, we're going to get into point of contentions, you know what I'm saying, with my brother, you know what I'm saying, Devin Franklin. So, you know what I'm saying? Without further ado, let's get to this segment. What's going on with you, man? How you doing?
Doing well, and yourself?
Oh man, I'm maintaining, man, doing a whole lot of running around, you know what I'm saying, a whole lot of holiday shit, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, don't let me talk about you being late. That's all good.
Right. Yeah, just try to get right, man. You know what I'm saying? But yo, man, you know, there's a lot that's been going on in the news as of late, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So some things that we could talk about, man. You know, right now they're discussing war crimes with man Pete Hegseth and you know the admiral, you know what I'm saying, over the bombings out there in the Caribbean islands, man.
Mm-hmm.
And so, you know, apparently, you know, according to, you know, the Geneva Conventions and other, you know, rules of law, you know what I'm saying, especially when you're out at sea, you know what I'm saying, it's against the law for you to actually strike down on you know, a vessel, a boat, or whatever have you not, if it's already been taken out of commission, in other words, you know what I'm saying? So if they're already defenseless, you know what I'm saying, it would be considered a cowardly act to actually fire on them again, and actually it breaks international law, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, things are not looking very good, you know what I'm saying, on that. But right now it's looking like your boy, and you know what I'm saying, well, I'm not even gonna say your boy, you know what I'm saying, or whatever have you, I just say that in general. You know me, I just say that in general shit. But you know what I'm saying? My President Jessup and Secretary of Defense Kendrick, you know what I'm saying? They pulling that, they pulling the few good men. They try to cut the admiral loose. You know what I'm saying? What's going on, man? What's the deal with that?
I guess you can call Pete Hegseth my guy or something like that. I don't know. The recruiting numbers are pretty much way up from the Biden administration. You know, they have a handsome figure that's brash and cocky and all that other stuff, and that represents the brash toughness of the U.S. military. There's a slippery slope when it comes down to that, though, because, all right, so it depends on the munitions that they were using for sinking the boat, right? So if the munitions that they used on that second strike of that disabled vehicle or that disabled vessel, if the weapon type or the munition type disabled the boat but carried a lot of shrapnel that was going to hurt a lot of people or whatever the case is, all right, that's the slippery slope. But if it was there to actually sink the ship, there might be some leeway when it comes down to that. Now, from what I'm understanding from the reports or whatever, is that the idea was to sink the vessel and not leave it stranded out there where other drug boats can come over there and pick up whatever the drugs were or whatever and continue operations as they were. And so, you know, once again, it's a slippery slope. It's going to take a lot of investigating, and it looks like they're doing that investigation. We'll see what happens in the outcome. But I mean, if it was to sink the ship and put the drugs at the bottom of the sea, I can completely understand. If it was just to wipe out the parties that were sitting over there, the last two that were remaining or whatever, then of course, they should be held accountable, and that's all there is to it.
Well, part of the problem also is the fact that, you know what I'm saying, they're also talking about the fact that them bombing on them boats in the first place is illegal. You know what I'm saying? Because those, you know, when you talk about the drug war or the drug fight, that's actually a police issue. It's not a military issue. And, you know, those are not military forces. So, you know, it's kind of like even against the law for us to even be using our forces to bomb drug boats, especially in the fact that, you know what I'm saying, we've been doing such a good job with apprehending the drug boats and arresting and trying, you know, like trying the individuals responsible for carrying these boats, you know what I'm saying, for like as long as we've been doing the war on drugs, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, and not only that, the whole process of carrying drugs and distributing and distributing and marketing and selling and using drugs doesn't warrant a death sentence. You know what I'm saying? So this is also becoming a problem with this administration with the act itself. And especially considering the fact that they didn't actually go through Congress to actually even discuss, you know what I'm saying, whether or not they're at war, what's going on with the mission, what's going on with the situation. They basically kind of like unilaterally made these moves. So now it's looking like they're gonna pay, you know, some consequences for.
I don't know. It just kind of depends on the language, right? Because you stated it in your statement right then and there, the war on drugs. So was that a declaration of war on drugs and cartels or something like that? And so,
but here's the thing: there wasn't no declaration that was made that Congress is aware of.
Okay. Yeah. Now you're going to say that this is a whataboutism or whatever the case is.
No. This is not whataboutism. This is actually the law.
No. I'm saying like you're going to say that this is a whataboutism, my response to it or whatever the case is. But wasn't President Obama drone striking the hell out of people?
Yeah, but he also got congressional approval, and they was actually
on every one of them.
They were in war. They were in war. And like I said, and you said that correct about the whataboutism, because Obama was how long ago? This is what
it doesn't matter. The precedent. The president sets the precedent, and so if there is a history of that type of activity or whatever the case is, then we can't just move the goalposts. If the same strategies are being used for other presidents, the president sets the precedent. And so, yeah, you can call it whataboutism all you want. But at the same time, you know what? Yeah, there was a set standard that was done before this happened. And so, yeah, I know a lot of people like to call it a whataboutism, but you know what?
Nah. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, because number one, Obama wasn't dropping bombs on drug boats, on boats that had no machine gun, no gunnery, no type of weaponry, nothing to actually fight itself. And the boats wasn't even big enough to actually clear across the seas to go towards the United States. And some of those boats wasn't even going heading towards the United States. So it's like, So it's that Obama, Biden, they got nothing to do with this. This was a command decision that Pete Hegseth made, and now because now it's coming out, and then you got such a fury going on that it actually was legal. Because you also have to remember he got rid of his JACOR, who actually would have told him that what they were doing was illegal in the first place. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So go ahead.
Okay, so if now it depends on what drugs were being sent over, right? Because if it was fentanyl, which has a high rate of destroying American citizens and stuff like that, can that not be
hold on. But here's the thing: fentanyl doesn't come out of Venezuela. I
don't know. That's what I'm saying. I don't know what came out of there. I don't know what the drugs were.
They got no evidence of fentanyl coming out of Venezuela right now. Cocaine, yeah. Venezuela, fentanyl, no, that comes out of Mexico.
I mean, I don't know what comes out of where. I'm not paying attention to the drug market like that. But I mean, hey, the drugs were sunk to the bottom of the ocean, and you shouldn't continue to send your people out there in boats if you know that there are going to be strikes going on. It's pretty simple.
That's kind of rich and amazing that you would take that point, considering that Trump just pardoned the damn Honduras president that was convicted of selling like 400 tons of cocaine.
That wasn't him. That was his brother or whatever it was.
He was convicted of it, dogs. What are we talking?
Yeah. So what the news was about him being convicted about that is that it was the shady proceedings in the first place. So I don't know the details on what it was, but apparently it was enough for him to be pardoned in this case or scenario. So I'm not sure what the details were or what was actually brought up from the Honduran president or whatever the case is. But you know what? Presidential pardons happen the way they do. And so, what I was reading is that it wasn't him, it was his brother. And that he had nothing to do with any of that stuff, and it was expediently done and all of that stuff. Hey, you know what?
I got a fucking excuse for every goddamn thing.
It's just that's what it said. I don't make an excuse for anything. I just read the information and then I'll regurgitate it based on what it is that I heard from it.
Okay.
I'm not making excuses for any of that stuff.
Okay.
But you know what? There's three sides to every story. There's the right side, there's the left side, and somewhere in the middle there's the truth.
He got convicted by an American jury. He was expedited over here to the States, and this clown gave him a goddamn pardon, dude.
So did they need a fall guy?
While simultaneously fucking sending our troops out there to bomb drug boats at the same time. Cut it out, man.
They were sending missiles.
I also want to move along. Because we short on time today. You know what I'm saying? I want to talk about the holiday blackout or what we was discussing about the Black Friday blackout. You know what I'm saying? So, apparently, a few corporations was paying the price for their disrespect. Well, actually, I want to cut it by saying like this. You know what I'm saying? You had people who decided that they wanted to do a boycott. You know what I'm saying? During the Black Friday marking, and a lot of reasons behind that, I would believe, would have to do with a lot of the policies that was made off of the DEI firings, as well as the probably the cost behind the tariffs. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of the I think a lot of it also had a lot to do with the cost. You know what I'm saying? The tariffs, as far as certain stores able to get their goods and get their products in or whatever have you not. So you know what I'm saying?
The tariffs haven't come all the way to their completion. Remember a few years back when Facebook did that whole, I guess you put your profile picture in black or something like that. You black out your profile picture. Remember that happened?
Vaguely, no, I don't.
Yeah, so I guess there was like a protest or something like that back in the day where they would, instead of having your profile picture on Facebook, they would put like a black screen or something like that. Did Facebook suffer? I mean, is Facebook still around? Yes. Now, when it comes down to the Black Friday blackout or whatever the case is, all right, so that's the first time in the year that companies or whatever are out of the red and into the black. And so therefore Black Friday, they're getting rid of their old inventory, they're bringing in their new inventory, and of course you get a chance to get on the savings. Seems that everybody wants to stand on something as far as protesting, to be heard, to be seen, to be whatever the case is. But at this point in time, you're really just cutting off your nose to spite your face. Because, all right, you protested at that point in time, which is fine. And the companies may have taken a significant hit on Black Friday, but how many companies went out of business? So like, oh, the big corporations, how many of them actually went out of business? And so you took a day to not go shopping or whatever on Black Friday. And I don't care, because I'm not really into the whole shopping and all that. I mean, whatever you do with your money is what you do with your money. But then if you then go later on down the line to that same store that you decided on that day of reckoning, I guess it was, if you decide to then still patronize that product or whatever, what did you do? Like, what message did you send that you're not going to take the discounts and you're still going to end up shopping at that store? For example, out here in Alabama or whatever the case is, right? Walmart is like what, like 10 minutes away from where I stay, and that's fine. All right, so in where I am, 10 minutes away. The next Walmart is like 30 minutes away. And so let's say we boycotted the Walmart that was right next to us, and like the better stores were like 30 minutes away. Okay, well, now you're spending gas and you're wasting time and all this other stuff so that you can prove a point that you don't have to shop at the store, which is fine. This is your choice to do that. But at some point in time, the gas money is going to start piling up. If you want to continue to do that, the gas money is going to start piling up. The time that's taking to go over that stuff. You're not online shopping and you're not fluent with online shopping.
You know what's so rich about what you're saying right there is that where your feet stand right now, is the birthplace of the damn civil rights movement, where they boycotted the damn the bus system and decide to walk. And you know how long those streets are and those places, because you're there. And they walked. They walked where they had to go to get so they could get the proper respect that they deserve. So it's ironic that you would actually say with all that history that you are currently around where you at right now, bro.
Okay, and that was the history, and we respect the history and all of that stuff. But
Time out. That history continues, because like I told you yesterday, the first thing that they teach you in business school, business class 101, is that without a client, without a customer, without somebody that is financially patronizing your facility, your establishment, whatever service you're providing, you don't have a business. So that's why your customer is always right, because without your customer, you do not have a business. So if everybody decided
without the business,
do not act like it's never been done. It's been done. If the community decides that we are not fucking with you, and decide they're not buying anything from you, your store immediately closes.
I get that. All right. But see, it's cyclical. It's a two-part stream over here, because the customer is always right. And if they don't patronize your product, then you don't have a business. But now if it's a big business that employs a lot of people and people are not patronizing your product, then you don't have a business and they don't have a job. And so it kills itself.
Hold on, bro. The people the people that are employed at the business are being paid by the money that's being patronized to the store.
Exactly. And so if you're not buying from the store, then there's no reason to keep them hired at that store.
So if the customers are not going to patronize the store, how are you going to pay your staff?
Well, that's again what we're talking about. It's not so all right. So I get it. Business 101. The customer is always right. You know who doesn't think that way? European, the other markets out there, they don't do that. All right, they don't subscribe to that. But what I'm saying is, it's not just a one-way street. It is interdependency, because we need the goods and services. Not saying that you have to patronize all the stores and all the products or anything like that, but we need the goods and services, and you need the employees to get those goods and services to the people that are actually buying them. So it's hand in hand. It's a together type of thing. I need the goods and services, but at the same time, we also need employment to buy those goods and services. And if we're not going to patronize your product and your store goes under, then we have to find another place to work. Not saying that they're the greatest jobs in the world or whatever the case is, but some income is better than none. And so it's an interdependency as opposed to, oh, we're going to do this and we're going to stand on our high horse and da 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 da.
Well, it doesn't matter. Like all that's irrelevant. You can't pay your because you cannot pay your staff without no money. Without no money, without no funds, you can't pay your staff. Whether it's one person,
depending on the size of your store, you can't run a business without employees.
If nobody is buying, IAXIS Radio said, good point. No, if nobody is purchasing your product,
then your business will go under.
You don't have a business.
And then you've lost your customers and you've lost your employees. And so there's no circulation of capital at that point in time, and nobody wins. That's the point.
Yes, and that's why you have to respect your customers. But we're gonna have to close this segment now because I got to get to the next segment. All right, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate you coming through. Right now we're gonna drop this new joint right here from my man Donnie Roz off the new album Good Eat Volume 3, Proper Etiquette, Intensive Care featuring Queen Dia right here on Community Megabytes on IAXIS Radio. Let's go.
Don.
We finally made it.
Queen Dia. Why yo? I'm back in my element, bars unlimited. I shine bright like how the stars are sitting. Dear summer, tell these niggas I'm getting my flow back. I party like a rock star, I'm coming to show that. Queen Dia, being me, it is what it is. This is girlhood, it's the way that I used to live. I had to be tough, I had to be gritty. Now I'm a diamond, I shine pretty. Still the hottest in the city, really, but they don't like that. I'm the one they talking about, but they won't fight back. And I'm real cold, won't fold like an ice pack. Your nigga, if I want him, I snipe that. I'm like that. Did a couple shows for niggas, couple features, but when you a threat, they leave you straight on the bleachers. Still on the game, dropping, that's a hundo. I love karma, my bitch eat. Look how the cookie crumble. I love karma, my bitch eat.
All day.
Getting my flow back.
I hear you.
Back in that mode. Let's go.
Watch this. Untouchable, I'm the Iron Man. Dick your moms down, slap your pops with a frying pan. Take my autograph, I know how to spot a fan. Body in the trunk, the remains in Rotterdam. Upstate, smarter individuals move dumb way. Staying out the limelight, while in hindsight you slice a crumb cake. Do the math to get your dome split in half. Clear water turn bloody in the bath, all for the cash. Friends with benefits, I called it. No more kids, though DNA getting flushed down the toilet. Hit my line if it's important. Flow still fire, don't ignore it. The rest of y'all boring. Queen Dia got her foot on your neck. Mom fucked the way to your pocket, you hoped it was sex. Ugly sight in the morgue when they opened your flesh. Your death wasn't something I was supposed to regret. Who was supposed to regret it, man? Hey yo, Queen Dia, Donnie Ross. We sending y'all motherfuckers to the trauma unit, you heard? Intensive care. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Welcome back to Community Megabytes. I'm your host, DAVON Franklin. And right here, we got inspirations and advancements. And I'm here with the lovely Angie Soto.
Hello,
How
hello.
you doing?
How are you doing?
I'm all right. How's everything going since the last time we spoke?
Oh, a lot has happened. It's been life has been life,
Right.
you know, and it's been a real, what can I say, a healthy year.
Mhm.
I can't really complain because I'm here.
Right.
Here today.
Yes, sir.
My family is still good.
Mhm.
They're healthy.
Yeah.
You know, so you got to count your blessings on that.
Yes, ma'am.
Even though it's tough, but here.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you for having me, by the way.
Oh man, thank you for coming, man. For real, for real. Well, I want to do a little rehash. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yes.
Born equal, Bronx
Yes,
born,
yes.
mother, proud
That's
mother
right.
of two. We was
That's
just talking
right.
about. You was just talking with your daughter.
Yes,
Yeah, so-
always checking in. Yes,
Yeah, so,
CX.
all right. Now, you kind of got your start like in the medical profession, like in the medical field.
Yes, yes. So, I had came I went to college,
Mhm.
and then I had to drop out, and then I had to figure things out. What am I gonna do,
Mhm.
right? And I said, I'm gonna go back to school for a trade. I went to a trade school,
Okay.
and I became a patient care tech.
Mm. ECT.
Yes, yes, and I was doing that for like over 10 years.
Okay. Okay.
Um, Speed up a little bit. Like I became a mom at 24,
Mm-hmm.
so I went to school for PCC at the age of 22.
Mm-hmm.
Then I had my daughter at 24.
Okay.
So it kind of like went hand in hand to what responsibilities were going to be, right? You needed something steady, you need something consistent, you have a new life to take care of, right? So I was in the medical field while raising her.
Mm.
Well, and then that's when she started entering school, and how kids get sick
Right.
and
Right.
everything. I knew that I had to change my career. I had to shift gears
Okay.
to accommodate my daughter.
Right. Right.
So
Right.
my life evolves around my
Right.
whatever goes on with my kids. I just have to like go around it, evolve straight around it.
Mm-hmm.
So I switched up medical, started doing it so I could be alongside with her in education. And yeah, so I enjoyed being in the medical field though.
Right.
I
Right.
really did. I enjoyed my patients. Um, I have stories, well, like the
Right.
different types of patients.
Right.
They really made my day. Also.
Okay. Now you have a background in education. You know what I'm saying? So because you're actually a financial educator, but I want you to go back and talk a little bit about your background in education and some of the things, some of the work that you've done in that.
Like I said, I had to figure out because when my daughter's sick or when she's off school, who's going to accommodate and take care of her while I'm to work, right?
Right.
So a lot of things happen, and I say God just puts you into places where you need it, right?
Right.
Always. I went to, I started doing EMS.
Mm-hmm.
Then I finished EMS. So I'm a former EMS.
Okay.
Yes. And then during that time also, I was like, you know what, I want to switch this. And then I did. I went into
Right.
I worked with District 75,
Okay.
Department of Education.
Right.
I worked with, elementary school, junior high, high school
Mhm.
students that are special.
Okay.
And what I did there was like, okay, I like elementary. I love the little kids. They're adorable. And then tend to find your niche. You tend to find out your crowd of, okay, I can teach all these ages,
Mhm.
but who can I help the most?
Right.
And when I started working in high school, I realized that, you know what, I can help these because it's very relatable.
Right.
Growing up in a household, some of them, they have their parents together, or they have guardians, or they have two different homes they have to go into. So I kind of was in relating to all those aspects.
Right. Okay.
And I actually enjoyed my students educating more than the medical field,
Mm.
you know.
Yeah.
It gave me a sense of like, I'm doing something
Yeah.
in somebody else's life.
Right.
Yeah, though I can be there for my patients, but it was kind of different way of being there. You could have bedside manners, right?
Right.
And then you don't see them, but you seeing these children every day. You making an impact in their life every day. You become what I used to call my teachers, like my second mom, my second dad.
Right. Right.
So that's what teachers tend to become. The good teachers.
Right.
So a lot of my students gravitated to me, and they loved They love Miss Angela. They call me that. You know. So
It's a wonderful feeling, man. Like we were saying, I was talking yesterday. It was like, you know what I'm saying, that when they actually reach out to you when you're
yes,
not around,
yes.
when you're out and about and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying, it lets you know what kind of impact that you actually make on them that you probably never even knew that you could actually make.
Yes. When they started making me drawings, you know, cards
Uh-huh.
and everything, and they will talk to each other and they say, "Oh, I'm gonna make her this," you know, "I'm gonna make her that,"
Mm.
and it was also it made their day too. You know? Being there for them in the way of walking with them,
Right.
you know, they have a sense of okay, there's a trust there. You
Mm-hmm.
create a bond with them,
Right.
and they they feel like, oh, I go to school. I can't wait to go to school. I'm excited to go to school because I'm eager to learn. I'm eager to be with my friends, and also I have good teachers around me.
Right.
I mean, when I grew up, I loved my teachers.
Yes.
You know, they basically they raised me, and that's what it is. You know, it takes a village to raise these children.
But it's also special because it's like, not a lot of kids is gonna go run up to any old adult.
Of course not.
You know what I'm saying? And
Of course not.
even if it's a teacher that they know, if that teacher didn't really, if that kind of they look at them kind of mean or whatever, having that they tend to stay away. So that lets you know that you make a positive impact on the kids' lives. So that's definitely stuff.
And I think that for many people in the education department, that is the goal, is to make a positive impact. And, you tend to reminisce those teachers. You're like, oh, remember
Yeah.
this teacher and in this grade and everything. Yeah, so I would like to think that will become, part of that memory or that core memory for them,
Right.
or a special place to reminisce on.
Okay, okay. Now you taught special needs in high school. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Is there like a difference in teaching special needs versus
Yes, it's very diversity. It's broad spectrum of you have from kids that cannot, move on their own, nonverbal.
right,
I mean, I worked in each classroom is, 6 one-to-ones, or 8 one-to-ones, and 12 one-to-ones. So, this is the 12 is, the amount of kids in the classroom.
right,
Same thing with 8 and the 6.
right,
And these are different, levels. And some of them are behavioral. This is different of mental health. You know, not all of them are autistic. You know, sometimes when people think that a special needs is automatically autism, no, this is such a variety of things when it comes to these children.
Oh, so your love for education, what positioned you or drove you to go from teaching children to actually becoming a financial educator to people about finance?
It's interesting how that happened because we had COVID,
Right.
and we were teaching on Zoom and just trying to get the kids out of bed, and motivated and say, hey, guess what? You're still in school. And then after COVID came the whole thing of vaccination. And like many other my colleagues, I was one of them that did not take the vaccine. So during that time, there was a lot of, take the vaccine, you're not able to.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, like many others, taken off payroll.
Right.
And during that time, it was, you could say, the ending of 2021,
Okay.
where, I had to, just like, what am I going to do? I don't, to each his own. I don't want that,
Right.
you
right.
know? But I was a new mom again. My son is about like, you could say 15 months old.
Okay.
And, I had him in daycare and then I had to pull him out. due to, him getting sick all the time. And then I had also, that's in the middle of going into my own medical. I had to get back surgery. So all this happened at a time where I kind of felt like my back was against the wall,
Okay.
you know? And during that time, PHP agency came, my my laptop.
What's PHP?
PHP is helping people.
Okay.
Yes, it's a financial marketing organization that I'm a part of. It's so I have my own business,
Mhm.
and it's branches with PHP agency.
Okay.
Yeah, so I like to say, I'm an entrepreneur, but I'm a mom entrepreneur
All right.
because I have to balance both lives, right?
Right.
Business and mom.
Well, what do you do with your business? What exactly do you do?
I educate about finance.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm happy to say that I may not be, when that door closed on me for the DOE, this one opened, this
Okay.
opportunity opened, and it's just God's timing, you know? It's great, the timing, actually. So with financial education, at the end of the day, I say I'm still an educator. It's just that I'm now teaching the adults. I'm teaching the parents
Right. Right.
of the, say, parents of, who knows, of special needs,
Mm-hmm.
of general population.
Right.
I'm helping the children,
Okay.
point, and because I'm helping the parents to manage their finances so that they can keep it together in their household.
Mm-hmm.
There's unity instead of separation. You know that money, tends to separate families and relationships. So I like to say that I'm able to be the bridge of that gap between a marriage,
Right.
and keeping marriage for their, they can grow in the good, not be arguing over money, hearing mom and dad arguing about money.
Right.
Why? Because now they're financially educated.
Right. Well, what are some of the services that you actually provide that your business provide that actually helps them from actually going through those? Hey, Terra Vocals by Jamel coming to say hello. Have a great show. Appreciate you. Thank you.
Hello.
But what is it that you actually do to help these families so they don't have to go through these problems?
I teach them financial literacy where I hear about their financial needs.
Okay.
What is their goal? What do they want to? What are the dreams really?
Right.
What they want to do. Yeah, some people will say, I just want to get by. I want to, live paycheck to paycheck. I want to be able to just pay my rent, or my mortgage.
Okay.
So I help them. What I do is I set up a strategy
Okay.
for them, how to navigate to those goals.
Okay.
And first and foremost, I teach them about what financial literacy is.
Okay.
I help them with the education about life insurance because I am licensed life insurance broker
Okay.
here in New York and in other states of the U.S. So I am able to help families, elsewhere, but not just where I live, my community here.
Right.
The beauty of Zoom, right? The beauty of phone calls and everything.
Right.
I could set up appointments that way as well. But to educate them about their resources and options.
Uh-huh. You was telling me about how to create business plan.
Yes.
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 We also, I teach them about entrepreneurship,
Okay.
to give them business owners options
Mhm.
of how their business float,
Okay.
how to not only just the client a homeowner or someone who's renting how to get ahead of inflation,
Right.
but I also help the business owner as well to get ahead of inflation.
Now I wanna know about this. Living benefits from life insurance.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's a beautiful
What's the thing with
thing.
that?
That's the new life insurance.
All right. All right.
Okay. A lot of people think, oh, life insurance is old, this whole life. Yeah, is that. But this is with living benefits. So is what it says there, while you living,
Mm.
you know? You can access this, you can access in your policy, whether if you are injured,
Okay.
a serious injury, if you come with a medical ailment, unfortunately, that's part of life, sometimes.
Yeah.
So, and there's long-term care
Okay.
involved in the policy as well. So these are some of the benefits of living benefits.
Okay. How about the payout mortgage with life insurance?
You can assist yourself with your policy and help with your mortgage as well. So realtors want to keep your client, it's beautiful to, call me and get a dual license and help your clients stay within their mortgages. They're there for 30 years, so they can have a policy, whether a term policy comes with term means temporary, and permanent, which is basically what people will call whole life,
Right.
right? But it's because it's for your whole life,
Right.
permanent. And but there's different types of policies there,
Right.
and not everybody's financial need is the same.
Mm-hmm.
So what I do is I tailor made it to them,
Right.
and make a roadmap
Mm-hmm.
of how to get to your goal.
Okay. How do you help them with credit building?
I help them with credit building as well. It's, they come into their own program. They're in charge of their own program online. I am just the middleman. Okay. That's all I am.
Mhm.
I am the middleman between the client and the insurance carrier.
All right.
Just the same as the realtor and the housing, right?
All right.
So you would basically, get at your fingertips.
Mhm.
I instruct you how to get the services, right?
Mhm.
And you make a monthly payment to that, and it's literally doing it on its own.
Right.
What's your goal? And again, I'll do a financial need service, and just tell you, okay, here are your options. What would you like to do?
Mm.
Because at the end of the day, you're making it. This is your finance,
Right.
and I'm just here to educate and help you get there.
All right. Okay. You also do a lot of work. Y'all take on employees, right? That's
Well,
probably-
no, well, when you're a business owner,
Uh-huh.
right, you don't have that employee mindset,
Okay.
okay?
Okay.
You have a business mindset. It's a difference. With an employee, you have a boss, but as an entrepreneur, you are the boss, okay?
Right.
So when you come on board with me in the brokerage, you are your own boss. I'm here to help guide you to build your business.
So in other words, not only do you provide the services, you can also help them go into business for themselves if they want
Yes.
to do exactly what it is that you do.
Exactly. And it's I love what I do. If you love to educate, if you love to you're money motivated as well. If you like to sell, that's beautiful too. It's at the end of the day, you want to help people.
Right. You stated to me in our previous conversations that finance and mental health go together. How so?
Yes, because you're stressed about money.
True.
You know,
True.
how am I going to pay this? How am I going to pay that? Or how am I going to put my kid to college? You know, all that is taken into consideration when I do a financial need. You know, I want to get rid of those worries because I have solutions for you.
Mhm.
You know?
Right.
And if I personally cannot help you, I'm going to find a way to get a resource that does.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Or I know somebody that knows somebody, right?
Yeah.
So it's simple like that. It may sound like, oh my, it's hard work or whatever, because you have to, one, get licensed, right? Two, continue to be coachable and a learner. Especially if you, like myself, didn't come from this background, financial insurance industry. I was taught by great coaches, mentors, mentorship, leadership. You have that, you are well off. You definitely are well off. And you come from an employee mindset to a business owner mindset. Because you have what you put in is what
Right.
but you have time, right?
Mm-hmm.
No one's telling you when to clock in, clock out.
Right.
Right. You have time with your kids as well. Like I homeschool my son. My 5 now.
Okay.
Now he's starting, but this yeah, mom worked and mom also educated him. I mean, I had the blessing to do that.
Right.
But I'm not the only one that can do that. You guys could do that too. It's possible. What you think is impossible is like, oh, and then God's like, oh, yeah,
That
I
was
got
good.
you.
That was going to lead me right into the next subject. You speak a lot of spirituality. You know what I'm saying? How prominent is that in your life?
Oh, God is definitely number one. He is my soul provider.
Sure.
I am here today. Of course, all of us are, but I am here today because, yes, of course, there has things that happened in my life where, almost cost my life. But here, I'm here, testimony, you know. I walk by faith, not by sight.
Right.
I believe, in God very much. So it's my strength, it's my motivation, it's, I help, like, basically, if I need prayer, I know that there's power in prayer,
Yeah.
And I've seen miracles, seen miracles. I've seen his work, even though I don't need that to be proof that he exists, but yes, he does. That's my faith, and I'll debate it time.
I could dig it. Now you also was Bronx Puerto Rican Day Parade Princess back in 2016. You wanna talk about you and your daughter?
Yes, my daughter and I really went on. I put my daughter in there first. I saw a flyer, and then my friend, she had mentioned it to me. She was putting her daughter in it. And I was like, you know what? I want to educate my daughter about our culture. I believe that's very important about the next generation to know about, their heritage. I'm Black and Puerto Rican, I'm mixed, but my culture has been throughout my life. And why not know where I come from? Why not know, my history?
Yeah.
So I kind of felt like, I wanted to pass that on to my kid, You'd want to do different things with your children than how you were raised. So that's me as a mom, as a parent, that's what I chose, to do things different. to instill faith in her, to instill, to have a relationship with God, to know Him, right? The next generation needs to know God. Very important. So when Jesus Christ comes, they can recognize Him. They know Him.
Minty Men, thank you. Very encouraging testimony. Shout out to Minty Men. What's going on with you, man?
Hello, guys.
Let's continue.
So, I wanted her to, be proud of who she is too. A Latina, a young girl in the Bronx. And just, know who you where you come from. So she represented Bayamon. And then I had a good friend of mine, Soto. That's her last name. So my last name is Soto. So we have this thing where we call each other Soto, right? Every time we see each other, Soto, hey, Soto. Yeah, so right. I love her. She encouraged me to join to do the competition.
Okay.
And I said, no. At first I was like, no, I came here for my daughter, I'm here to be her cheerleader and, like, because that's just me. Like, I'm that mom. Like, yeah. And they're probably like, that's my mother. But, yeah, so young. She started doing the Infantine, which is the young girls division. And I thought about it, and I was like, all right, sure, why not? Let me just, since I'm here, right? Even though I know about my heritage, I'm like, this is for her. I never want to outshine anybody, especially my own kid, so, or to embarrass her in any way. So I joined, and I did the women's division, and my daughter won, and then it was my turn. I did a choreography because I dance and I do choreography, and I did her choreography. So what her choreography was, I had her join me and put it together. So did a mommy and me talent part of the talent.
Okay.
And that to me, that was the highlight.
Right.
That was the highlight for me, is to just do that with my kid.
Right.
Yes, I won, but it wasn't about the crown. It wasn't about the sash. It wasn't about, people saying, congratulations, you won and stuff like that. You got to see me and my kid, and basically she did amazing. So I was so proud mom. Yeah.
Well, let everybody know where they can find you and your business, and get in contact with you for your service.
Yeah, so my base shop is in Brooklyn. So I'm looking to expand also in the Bronx and other boroughs as well, throughout, the tri-state area as well. But first, we are planted in Brooklyn on 13th Street. So you can reach me and email me if you like at tao0884@gmail.com. So it's tao, tao0884@gmail.com. And so you can reach me there and come to one of our financial literacy workshops. I'll send you the address, invite you. And it's very lively group. So you feel right at home. Like you're basically feeling like family.
That's it. Tao884@gmail.com.
Is the 0884 at Gmail.
0884@gmail.com.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, definitely.
And come get educated. Help to help your family, help other families as well, help your community, just the same as I am. And let's get ahead of helping these kids as well, with faith driven.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Well, as you saw, those, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, guys.
Yes, thank you for coming through. Well, we're about to close out this segment right here with the new joint by my guys, Miguel and John Q. Es mayor, estar solo, que mal, equipando, equipando, equipando.
Huepa.
Yeah, that's right here on Community Megabytes on IAXIS Radio with Davon Franklin. Thank you.
Es Miguel y yo. Es mejor estar solo que mal acompañado. Sometimes it's good to be down low, girl, down low and don't be stressed out. So me quedo solo, para no volverme loco, para no volverme loco de esta situación. Es mejor que tú cojas tu camino, que yo voy a coger el mío. Estoy cansado, yo llego a casa, solo queda dolor. No puedo seguir así, tengo que hacer lo que es mejor para mí. Y eso ya lo sé, eso que me dice. Viviera yo mi vida y no te metiera en la tuya. Nena, qué locura. Es mejor estar solo. Nena, ya yo creo que no queda remedio. No queda remedio, nena. No queda. You go your way, I go my way. It's the best thing for us to do. Que me quede solito, solito por dentro. Es lo mejor para todos. Estoy cansado, yo llego acá, solo queda dolor. No puedo seguir así, tengo que hacer lo que es mejor para mí. Y eso ya lo sé, eso que me dice. Que viviera yo mi vida y no te metiera en la tuya. No lo creo, qué locura. Es mejor estar solo. Es mejor estar solo. Red Music junto a Miguel y John. Me duele tanto, pero hay que decirte que nuestro tiempo ha pasado. Yo he sufrido demasiado a tu lado. Una maldita traición. Lo que siento aquí por dentro es una maldita traición. Lo que siento aquí por dentro es una maldita traición. He decidido no seguir así. Dile al por ti, estoy cansado, consigo mejor sin ti.
Yes, sir. Welcome back to Community Megabytes. I'm your host, Davon Franklin, and back to our Inspirations and Advancement segment. And I'm here with this gentleman, with this author right here. This gentleman, what's going on with you?
What's up, brother?
Menace.
How you doing, man?
It's Menace.
Menace, yep.
Yes, sir.
Exactly.
Yes, sir.
When I was in the military, they used to call me Sergeant Meanness.
You was in the Army, right? So,
yeah.
What was your MOS?
Armor. So I was main battle tanks.
Okay. All right. Talk about this book right here.
Yeah.
What inspired you to make this book right here? And ladies and gentlemen, this book is called World Peace. What inspired this book?
A complete accident. I went to Rutgers University, so I got out on, the military. I went in on the GI Bill.
Okay.
And I went to Rutgers, and I'm an alum, so they tell you that there's these different events coming and stuff like that. And the Dalai Lama came to speak at Rutgers in New Brunswick, and it was on war, peace, and reconciliation. So I was like, yeah, I got to check this out, Guys, seriously, people of Earth, hear me. If you get a chance to see the Dalai Lama, go. It's definitely worth it. And this oration was great. It was like 3 hours. And of all the stuff that he said, one of the things was that if world peace were probably going to happen in our lifetime, it would probably have to come out of the United States. I took that as a challenge.
Okay.
I was like, this I got to give this a shot,
Right.
So I started looking at it because I like to do research, right? That's kind of like my thing. So I started taking a look at it, going nowhere fast. It was just dead end after dead end. It's just so convoluted, so complex. So I was like, okay, let me take a different swing at this. What is misery? What are we looking at that we're calling all of human misery? And once I started unspooling all of that, I found that all of it is systemic. And that had not been identified before, but everybody else said it. I'm just telling you what they said.
But why would they say that it would come out of the United States?
Probably just because of the timing.
Okay.
We're the world's global reserve currency. We're like the superpower. We're like, on the world stage, as far as governments go, we're the only winner-take-all democracy. There's a ton of reasons that he probably would have, singled us out. And in any other time, he said it could have been anywhere else. But, for this time, it would have probably been the United States. We were in the best position to do something like that. We also have the most prisoners out of any country on the planet.
Yes.
So, it's the good with the bad, but it's all an expression within this country. We see it all, from the good to the bad, everything that we've done as a species. We see it all right here. So this is a great place to total all of that up and visualize all of that, and then actually put it into something that's understandable. And these guys have been saying that it's systemic,
Well, what do you mean by systemic?
Well, it's self-reinforcing.
Okay.
So all of these little problems, like we have problems with money, right?
Okay.
Everybody's got problems with money. There's just never enough of it, or there's too much of it, and that's as big a problem as anything else. Everybody's chasing after money. Everybody has, the same kind of a misery related to money. Everybody has the same kinds of misery related to a lot of things, right? And those just need to be defined either on an individual level or on a universal level. And when you do start pulling all that stuff together, you realize that it's self-reinforcing, misery. And we created it for ourselves.
How do we create it for ourselves?
Yeah, man. So I had to go all the way back 13,000 years to find money, just to find money, And it comes in many forms. It was elephant tail and salt and seashells, and it was like all kinds of stuff. But the first appearance of trade coin is sometime after an ecological impact that had occurred 13,000 years ago. The planet burned, So we use that as kind of the marker. Because if you look in the archaeological record prior to 13,000 years ago, there's veritably no evidence of murder in our species. Okay. You could see it in Neanderthal, you could see it in Heidelbergensis, you could see it in Floresiensis, you could see it in other species of man, but you never saw it among us. 13,000 years ago, we didn't kill. It only happened after that.
Why is that?
Money. Yep. There's nothing else in the universe that inspires greed in man besides money. And that leads us to our extinction.
How do we get to money? Well, you said through the planet burn.
Yeah.
Now, why would money become the need for us to move on?
dude, you're outstanding at this. You're really good at this.
Thank you.
So before 13,000 years ago, we were a gifting system of economy, right? It was all predicated on reality, right? Physical, tangible. I have an apple's food. You eat, here you go. And that's it. No expectation of reciprocity, nothing like that, you know? It's just, you know, food, water, you know, fire, right? So those three things, if you give those three things to a human, we can exist anywhere in the universe. Take away even one, and we can't exist even on Earth. And we lost two. There was no more biogenic elements. There was no more ability to raise fire. All we had was water everywhere, you know? And we actually started going into like these industrialized meat producing type of snares and traps and things like that. They call them desert kites, right? And they exist from, you know, as far down as like Saudi Arabia, all the way through Jordan, all the way up into Kazakhstan, you know? And they're just like, they look like a sawtooth on the ground from above. And at the tip of each one of the sawtooths, there's a hole. So you put these across the migratory path of certain animals in both directions, you'll get a lot of them falling in the hole. And that's how you start producing meat on a large scale. Because there was really no flora left. It all burned.
Okay.
And that takes hundreds of years to recover. I mean, you look at a forest burn, you know? It takes hundreds of years because those seeds are gone, everything's gone. All we were living off was meat at the time, and we needed it in bulk quantities. And that's when you start seeing those traps emerge.
Well, I don't want to take away from the conversation that we're having, but when you said the planet burned, I keep thinking about, you know, certain things that I've been running across, seeing as far as like the nuclear wars of thousands and thousands of years ago.
Right.
And I know it probably has nothing to do with this, but you know what I'm saying?
You know, but just between you, because we were a lot smarter once. You know, Homo erectus is the guy who gave us fire, right? Okay. So we say Prometheus gave us fire. Oh, what, he's a Greek, you know, 3,500 years ago, something like that. No. Archaeological record shows that it was Homo erectus. This guy lived 2 million years, arguably the most successful human ever. We've only been around for 300,000. This guy was around for 2 million years. Now, we had fire for 300,000 years, and we were walking on the moon. What do you think he did with 2 million years? I would not be a bit surprised if our technology was much, much greater back in the day. Because just in the last 115,000 years, Earth tried to kill us no less than 5 times, and it knows how. So we had the Ice Age that hit 115,000 years ago. It's like, you know, 85,000 years ago, Azo in Japan, it's a super volcano. Right. That sucker blew. They have a volcanic eruption index, a VEI. That was an 8. In all of recorded history right now, we haven't seen anything bigger than a 3. Mount St. Helens, Mount Pinatubo, Krakatoa, you know, you name it, even Vesuvius, you know, all of those, never more than a 3. Azo was an 8.
Damn.
And this 15,000 year period, 15,000 years later, Tobo in Sumatra blew. That was another VEI 8. That absolutely decimated us. So we know that there's a genetic bottleneck in there because our numbers got down so small, we almost went extinct.
Wow.
But that wasn't enough. Earth throws another one at us at 52,000 years ago. Fortunately, it wasn't an 8. It was only a 6, but still twice as big as anything we've seen. And it just kept pounding and pounding relentlessly until eventually it was just humans that were left. Neanderthalensis was gone. Denisovan was gone, you know, and they just couldn't endure it. They couldn't survive it. We had that gifting system of economy, right? We were able to support ourselves everywhere with simple birthrights, biogenic elements, you know, water, potable water, you know, that kind of stuff. And as long as we had that stuff, we could endure, you know, we could persist. Right. And it was some pretty tough times. And then 13,000 years ago, I don't know, a solar flare maybe, we saw Schumacher Levy 9 hit Jupiter, those 9 comets that hit Jupiter,
Okay,
right?
okay.
This was like, I don't know, 10 years ago now. So we know it can happen. We think it might have happened here. You know, that might have been what caused the planet to. Who cares? It doesn't really matter. You dig down 50 feet in the virgin soil anywhere, you're going to find the same layer of ash. It definitely did happen.
Right.
And that left us, we had to come up with something. And, you know, we're, if not advanced solvers, you know?
Right.
So we just, hey, I'll use this seashell to represent a purse full of chickens, and I'll use this seashell to represent a pocket full of cows. And now I just have to get the 300 miles to, you know, Göbekli Tepe in southern Turkey, across this howling wilderness of frozen ash. I don't have to take the chickens, don't have to take the cows. I can just chill, get over there, and get him to understand that this is a purse full of chickens and this is a pocket full of cows. And it became commonly agreed upon value.
Okay.
And that's how that transition occurred. But ever since, and we didn't know this, it's the first industrial accident of man.
Okay.
It predates the wheel and the plow by 7,000 years.
Okay.
And we didn't know, but it would end up creating a mental malady in us, right? Like greed does not exist anywhere in the human experience without money. Prior to money, it never existed. We didn't know what that was. And it causes us to do a lot of atrocious things. And if you can be made to believe in absurdities, you can be made to commit atrocities. And that's the story of our life for 13,000 years until eventually it killed us. You know?
Now you said that we're extinct. Why you say that?
Well, it's a genetic threshold, right? So the one of the very first markers are when the gene pool is closed. Right.
Okay.
So if there can never be any new infusion of genetic material into the gene pool, we're history. We're done. And according to the National Science Foundation, we hit that about 175 years ago. Wow. Well, we murder a lot, dude. We kill everybody, you know? And it's unbridled, you know? And the female of the species only passes down the mitochondrial DNA. We can't get it from anywhere else. And now we're down to one line. The Y chromosome, that comes from our father, right? And we know he was 225,000 years ago, and we know that she was 168,000 years ago, and everybody alive today is literally siblings. We are literally siblings, all of us. There is no difference. Now, you know, unity is diversity, right? I mean, that's just, unity is diversity. If we're looking for unity out of world peace, we ain't getting that.
Right.
We got to have the diversity because we tribe up to about 440 individuals or so, and then we splinter off, and we call it wanderlust, you know, but really it's just retribing. And then we tribe again, and those tribes, they get a nation identity, you know?
Right.
And then they start to form multiple nations. Multiple nations used to crowd, right? We crowded Neanderthal. We're 3% Neanderthal DNA. We didn't crush them out of existence. We didn't starve them to death. They infused into us, right? We were the baby faces of the group, right? We didn't look nothing like them. We didn't act like nothing like them. We were the social organisms, right? They weren't. Like you think Neanderthal, think of bears, you know, large family units, and that's it. And they're spotted throughout their territory, you know, but not like one contiguous mass. We came out of Africa in waves, dude, over and over and over again. And we just eventually infused them into us. We didn't wipe them out. They thought our women were beautiful, you know? And Neanderthal was the preeners of the family. Those were the guys that were doing jewelry. Those are the guys that were doing cave art. Those are the guys that were doing like the feathers and the ornate type of dressing and all that kind of stuff. They were the preeners of the family, you know? And they were great at their cave art, a lot better than us. Because you look at our stuff that we did, not even close to Neanderthal. Neanderthal nailed it, man. We have, look up Neolithic cinema if you ever get the chance. That's the kind of stuff that we did, you know? And it was very, you know, imaginative, but nothing like those guys, you know?
Okay.
And they were very cool, but, you know, we eventually just infused them into us, and we absorbed them. Same thing with Denisovan, right?
Right.
You go down to the Philippines, they're like 5% Denisovan DNA, and they call it the super athlete gene, right? Which is something that I looked up because the Dalai Lama was the one who spoke about this.
Right.
The Sherpas that do like the high altitude K2 mountain climbing, all that kind of stuff, you know, that all the climb, they have that gene. Super athlete allows the muscles to perform as efficiently at high altitudes as it does at sea level. So it's just it's a matter of processing oxygen.
Right.
And you know, the free divers down in Polynesia and stuff, you know, that do this as an Olympic sport, they've got the same genes, you know, but it's just an efficiency for your muscles, you know, in processing oxygen. But we got that from Denisovan, man. So we absorbed a lot of our previous species, and they saw us as the hope and the promise, man. We didn't look anything like them. We didn't act nothing like them. They genuinely hoped the best for us. You know, we were going to carry on the family of man, and now we're it, you know. 15,000 years ago, we even started crowding dogs and cats, pets, right? Because we no longer had humans. They were all gone by 45,000 years ago. And for 25,000 years ago, we sat in loneliness, man. We were all alone. And we started crowding dogs and we started crowding cats, you know, and you know, domesticated animals. Because that's how we roll. We like doing that stuff, right? We like pets, right? And this is an expression of what humans do. We take care of each other.
Right.
But we can't know that any longer as long as money persists. As long as organized ideology, being money, and institutionalized ideology, being politics. And it's like I say, you can't have trash without money. Trash will not exist without money. Money causes trash to occur. And you can't have war without politics. Okay. Politics requires it. It requires a divisiveness. It requires a them and us.
Why would you say that?
Well, ideology is any kind of a fiction made seemingly real, right? So we do ideology, right, as individuals, right? My house, my rules, young man. Oh, really, Dad? Well, exactly what is the evidence for these rules? Oh, no evidence. This is my lived experience or whatever, right? Yeah, okay, Pop, fine. So operative words being no evidence. It's just your rules. That's your ideology. Okay. Because you start all the way out here. One step closer is opinion. Now, all of a sudden, you're in those facts, right? It's not just the facts, it's also opinion.
Right.
One step closer, prejudice, right? Now, it's not just the facts, right? I'm lactose intolerant, so I don't like milk. Right. Oh, I do want cream and sugar in my coffee, right? All of our little prejudices. Right. Those are mostly us, right? With some fact, you know. And then you get to ideology, right? Like I'll hear people ask, hey, what's your opinion on this, right? I'll even hear people, you want milk and sugar in your coffee? You know, we even ask about prejudices. I have never in 65 years ever heard anyone say, hey, what's your ideological bent on this? And what's your ideology say about this? Keep that stuff to yourself, right? That's how humans roll. The majority of humans, the guys who say this stuff, right, are 60% on the kinder, the gentler, the more decent, right? You think bonobos, not chimpanzees, right? These guys would never think to kill. They would never think to commit atrocities. You know, they're the rational, reasonable, right action. They're the advanced problem solvers, you know. They're the guys who are like, you know, live and let live and, you know, mind your manners and you keep your friends and, you know, when in Rome, do as the Romans do, you know, that kind of stuff, you know. And we're all that, you know, all of us, everywhere on planet. We are that at some point in our day, you know. All of us are the rational, reasonable. We just depart because we have to force the nonsense to make sense. That money makes the world go round and, you know, all of this wonderful stuff about money. And all it does is stand in the way. You don't pay for your rights. They're your human rights. Why are we paying for them? That's crazy. Oh, well, you can't not pay for it. You know, how are you going to? Well, how about you just get rid of money? There's no such thing as greed without it, you know? And you cannot have ideological politics because it pursues money. It doesn't do anything else besides that, or we'd be at peace already.
So how do we achieve world peace?
Okay, so kind of a long story. 10 years ago, I started sending the drafts to all the powers that be. And when I say all the powers that be, I mean everybody on the planet with any kind of authority. So world leaders, Interpol, NATO, the Joint Chiefs for us, Homeland Security, FBI, 11 universities in Europe, 9 in the United States, the president, 2 presidents of the United States, Supreme Court. I mean, like everybody. Okay, everybody got a copy, and any attorneys general with an email, right? So I literally sent this to everyone with one instruction: poke holes in it. Nothing.
Okay.
In 10 years, the only thing that I've managed to discover is that that's irrefutable and undeniable. So I got in touch with the International Criminal Court. It's like, hey, y'all, this is coming. And this was 10 years ago. And to their credit, they got it ready, right? It was supposed to launch in September of this year. We had a little bit of holdups and stuff getting the book out. So it came out on November 11th. To their credit, they were ready at the beginning of September. They got this portal together. It'll take 4.1 billion hits, and that's the majority. 4.1 billion plus 1 is the majority. They had an old email server. It was like 350 million hits. That thing would have been tits up. So yeah, the portal was great.
Right.
But yeah, this is literally it. You want world peace? You want it for Christmas? That's easy. Chime in. They're expecting our correspondences right now. You just go online to that portal. It's right there in the book, and it'll take you right into the form. And you can even submit anonymously. You can submit anonymously. You don't want to show off. That's great. Just chime in, join the majority, and we all come in for the big win.
What's that site that they find you on?
It's the International Criminal Court, the ICC.
ICC.
Yep.
Okay.
And it's the submission is under Article 15 of the Rome Statute. So if anybody's interested, they can look that up. But basically, it says anybody on the planet can file claims of crimes against humanity and war crimes, which is the purview of the International Criminal Court. And interestingly enough, the 2 ideologies that we have, which are economy and money, are both crimes against humanity and war crimes. We wouldn't have it without them.
Okay. Well, tell everybody where they can find your book at.
All right, go to Amazon, right? I tried to make this stuff for free, right? But they can't do that on the outlet sites, So go to Amazon, look up World Peace by Burl Minnis. It's 99 cents. Just less than $1, you've got World Peace. And you probably get through it in a day, maybe a day and a half. And then just chime in. The address is in there for how you get to the web link, to the portal. Okay. And then just chime in. And the court will count up our sessions, our contribution voices, and that to the UN. The UN will then say that these are the reasonable, rational, right action human beings who have said, yeah, enough's enough. And the UN will pick a day, and we simply set all general ledgers to 0. It's literally as easy as that. No advanced accounting, no actuarial gymnastics, okay? No reconciliation. Put a 0 there and walk away. And it's not like we aren't already making it. Nobody gets paid first and works later. Everybody does the job already and then gets a paycheck. Well, we got no debts, got no bills, keep the paycheck.
Where can the people find you if they want to talk with you? Hey, what's going on, Big Rich? Rich, okay, family, I'm watching. Hey, what's going on with you, baby?
Nice.
Yeah,
so there's a webpage that I had set up. It's theworldpeacecouncil.com. So the World Peace Council. If you go there, you can contact me through the contact organizer, and you can even have, there's a contact page. You can even have me scheduled to come out and speak to you. Y'all, I will come to a cafeteria near you. I don't care. If you need me to talk to this, I got your backs. Just hit me up on that website, theworldpeacecouncil.com, and I will make an appearance for you. I'll answer all your questions.
What's up? And Bill Burr,
Thank
Burl
you.
Menace.
Thank you.
Appreciate you coming through.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to do this again, man. I want to talk some more.
Outstanding.
Stuff like that.
Anytime you want, I'm here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're going to take a quick video break and come back with Saddam, the God of Sound, right here on Community Megabytes on IAXIS Radio with DAVON Franklin. Let's go.
She gon' take your heart and use up all your love. She don't care about nobody but herself. Have you ever seen that devil in Chanel? And she's so conceited, I don't need it. Clubbing season every weekend. I know she's got a man home. She don't call it cheating, buy drinking. She comes easy, bullshit freaky. Oh, here she comes. Oh, here she comes. She gon' take your heart and use it like a drug. Oh, here she comes. She the type of girl that's taking what she wants. Ooh, that girl so dangerous. Know that body hot, but can you handle it? You can take a shot, but you be gambling. She might fall in love, but she can't commit. She the type of girl that you can't forget. Saying she had thoughts, but she cancerous. Everything she do is so damaging. Stay away if you don't know her. And she's so conceited, I don't need it. Coming season every weekend. I know she's got a man home. She don't call it cheating, buy drinking. She comes easy, bullshit freaky. Oh, here she comes. Oh, here she comes. She gon' take your heart and use it like a drug. Oh, here she comes. She the type of girl that's taking what she wants. She the type of girl that gon' get that money. All she wanna do is get a bitch like Bonnie. Breaking all the hearts is what you do for a hobby. She get wetter than the bottle girls at the office. Heavy when she goes, she that trending topic. Experience and her is out of body. Oh, here she comes. Oh, here she comes. She gon' take your heart and use it like a drug. Oh, here she comes. She the type of girl that's taking what she wants. Oh, here she comes. She gon' take your heart and use it like a drug. Oh, here she comes. She the type of girl that's taking what she wants.
Celerizing and enterprising, they minimizing. Bunch of mini me's trying to be what I'm emphasizing. Exercising my excellence, them pessimists never make a move, trying to wound my intelligence. The optimist, see the world through my Oculus, is obvious. I'm the world breaker, bring apocalypse. Mobster hit, 100 shots at your favorite eating spot. I need a lot, came from the bottom, that's why I see the top. Penthouse views, I've been due. I've been married to this game like I said I do. Y'all don't know all the shit I've been through, been paying dues. In and out of every yard, they doing voodoo. Popped up illuminating, fumigating, meaning somebody got smoke. I need some ventilation. 10 vacations, I'm just saying. They don't let me in this bitch, I'ma shoot my wang. Kicking doors like a young Big Smalls. Frankie, baby, y'all deadbeats should play with your kids, don't never play me. Meditating, clear my mind and I claim it all. Levitating, bitch, I'm flying, your niggas fall. They wanna know my life like a fly on the fucking wall. Instant grams, no pics, you gon' like them all. Fight for my life, that's a fight worth fighting for. Like to strike twice when I write. Holy weapons ball, bringing doping. Fuck the world, I'm eloping. And I'm so raw on the wall, don't need a Trojan. No tricks up my sleeve, just keys for plenty G's. I ain't getting no sleep, QB, RP. Never will I fall off, forever I'ma prosper. Like Pun said, you ain't even in my class. No Mazdas, Maybachs, like some mobsters. Hot out, nothing but smoke, like some rosters. I'm iconic, prophetic, problematic, problem solving. All I need is an automatic. Move like a Adonis Creed, yes, nigga, bob and weave. I'm unemployed but getting blowjobs. Nothing on the weed, niggas don't want no smoke, like nothing on the weed. I rose from nothing, interrupting them powers that be. Let the league and assist and moving bricks. Watch the drama breed as I proceed. I'm well equipped. Snakes slither and they hiss. My grass low, got the K's with the drums in them. I'm Castro with microphone supremacy. Enemies astonish, I show my dominance. Niggas bleed, there's nothing, just keep the ganja lit. Riding like Pac in 96 after the hit. Ain't wall in this bitch, y'all done started some shit. I'ma finish, diminish. Your niggas ain't the playoffs, though, we just a scrimmage. Can copy the drip, this shit is vintage. Expensive, you drunk off cheap liquor, you finish. Just that do say, 100 shots, make your whole roof cave. I don't need a roof, I'm ruthless, no toupee.
What you say? What you say?
Straight headshots.
What you say?
You know what it is, nigga. You know what it is.
What you say? What you say? I'm just saying.
Yes, sir. Welcome back to Community Megabytes, and we are right here at our Did You Hear That Yet segment. And right now, we're going to get into this conversation with my man, straight out of Queens, New York, Sadan, the god of sound. What's going on with you, player? How's everything going with you, man?
Everything's wonderful, man. How are you?
I'm maintaining, man. Just getting, hey, day by day, man. Just doing what it do.
What can you do?
I already know. You already know. Hey, you come from a tender era, man. You know what I'm saying? The era that I kind of like grew up loving and shit. So you know what I'm saying? I want to talk a little bit about your inspirations and how you got into this game of music and what inspires you to get in this game of music right here.
Well, you know, my parents were musicians. You know, my father was a well-known musician. He played bass guitar. He played xylophones, he played drums, he played piano, and my mother was a singer, so I was always around music. I even had studios in the basement, you know, from an early age. But so writing music and poetry and all of that and learning instruments was always a thing. Right. But I didn't get into hip-hop until I heard Tila Rock. Once I heard Tila Rock spit, I had to jump on because the man said words, and I said, yeah, I can do this.
Oh, that's a name that a lot of people don't throw out there. So that's what's up.
Yo, the man said illustrating, imitating, description given, adjective expert, analyzing sung by the musical lyrics, singing people of the universe. It's yours. I said, yeah, I got that. I need that.
Sir. Yes,
I
sir.
need that in my world.
Man, take it back right there. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt. Shout out to Mikey D. You know what I'm saying? The Queens is this home, you know, this best MCs in New York.
I'm not gonna say that, man. Y'all got the most stars, that's for sure. That's for sure.
Indeed.
So what's the journey been like? You know what I'm saying? Trying to get this music out there and get the people to hear it and feel it, like get in rotation, stuff like that. What's that journey been like?
Well, you know, back then, you know, it was grassroots, you know, making the tapes, making the CDs, you know, trying to sell them here and there on the, you know, on the grind, college radio, been that route. You know, where every once in a while get, oh, wow, you got it on, you know, Unsigned Hype on Hot 97, 92, Z100, you know, back in the days. And then wanting to be signed, wanting to be on a record label, but it never went that way. So I ended up just being an independent. You know, and I'm having too much fun. I'm having too much fun doing it independently. And so now with shows like yours and the internet, and it's just so much different than what it was, but it's still the same love. Still the same love.
So let's talk about this music, man. You know what I'm saying? What's inspiring some of this good, delicious writing that you're doing right now, man? I still hear a lot of the familiar classic sounds, man. So what's going on with it?
Well, the new album that I'm working on is called Forgotten Symphony. And the reason I had to name it that is because what we've forgotten is that this is music. We've had a whole genre of people want to go back and forth and shoot guns and make this violent and make this something that it's not. That's not why we started hip hop back in the day. We started this because we wanted to find an alternative to the violence to get out the hood. So now we're going to use our words. And now all these youngins have done is now change it into a war. And it's not worth it. You know, I want a lot of things to change. Like if you were to say to me today, yo, I'm going to a rap show. Well, what kind of rap show? You know, I want to have trap go over here. I want drill to go over here because I'm an old boom bap MC. So let me have an old boom bap show, an old boom bap party. You kids can't say a rap party no more. There's too many genres to this now. You know what I mean? Yeah. Just like with other music, there's urban, there's country, there's R&B, there's pop. I need hip hop to have breakdowns like that as well, because I'm not going to a show where I see Nas and King Von. That's not happening. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or I want to hear somebody with some lyrics. How about that?
I could dig that. So what's going on with this joint, The Reckoning? Let's talk a little bit about that. What's going on with that?
Well, The Reckoning, it's a funny story about that. I was supposed to have a studio session with Mikey D, like, you know what I'm saying, the Mikey Destruction out of Queens. And then he wasn't able to show up for the session. I had already paid for the session. I said, all right, I'm gonna go in here and I'm gonna go ham. And I had already some lyrics ready to go. And I'm like, you know what? It's time that I let these people know that just because I'm over a certain age, you can't tell me I can't still do this. So now I'm bringing it to you. I'm a bounty hunter. This is your reckoning. It has to happen.
Okay, well, without further ado, on Did You Hear That Yet segment, Community Megabytes with DAVON Franklin.
Yes.
Down the God of sound. The Reckoning.
Yes, sir.
Hey, yo. I've been doing this for a minute, you know.
Sedan, the God of sound, son.
They call me Sedan, the God of sound. I represent Queens since the 70s. Peace to the gods.
We are here, we're doing this. Southside Queens. Southside is outside. Queens get the money. Brooklyn, what's good?
And now here comes your reckoning.
It's your reckoning.
Recognize. The time is mine.
You will bow down.
Now.
God of sound. Yeah. Come on. If you're rolling like Trump, you get your meat lump. Yeah. I'm just an old man with words in my soul. I started this when I was 14 years old. I didn't want the streets, I just wanted beats. Looking for the stars I was told I couldn't reach. But my speech was the golden ticket. So I can talk righteous or I can speak wicked. I just wanted music and that's what I choose. And what about the chicks, the weed and the booze? But my people knew I wasn't made for that. I was made to yell and boom back. I lost friends along the way. Cisco, Maddie, B, Sean, and Kate Slay. Can't forget my sister, Bridget, Sinead, and my dad. I walked around a long time mad. Had so many losses, I paid the cost, kid, I lost it. Got it back then, I really forced it. Now I'm up next, taking crowns and necks. My mic, my stage, I demand respect. I put it on the line and I'm coming for what's mine. I got everything except time, it's the reckoning.
Can you recognize one? Yeah,
but if you trouble this man, it will bring up
it's your reckoning, man. Can you recognize one?
But if you trouble this man, it will bring up
I took the first shot and I took aim and no one's to blame, nothing but honor in my name. It's not a game, and I can bring pain. All I can do is stay in my lane. I will not be judged or tested or concerned. I am a god, and today you gonna learn. I'm a savage with a microphone agenda. Virgo September, and there's no contender. I'm hip-hop's avenger, so there's no surrender. Bounty hunter, crooked needle, musical ginger. You're all in danger, nothing but vengeance. You knew I was a problem since I walked in the entrance. Before I said a sentence, you knew the facts. Here comes Sedan with that old boom bap. With Queens on my back, I rep every block. Southside, Bayside, Rochdale, Far Rock. A to the J, get off at Suffin. Then I'm back down on Linden. It's your reckoning. But can you recognize? Those are the ones. But can you recognize? But can you recognize? It's your reckoning. My man Damien can you on the track. What's up?
Yes, sir. The reckoning, Sedan, the God of sound.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, this is fun. This is fun. That nostalgic sound is always fun. It's always fun.
Yeah, I just had to tell my story. You know, it was just, you know, it was facts. It was all facts, and I just wanted to let it be known. You know, that this was always what I wanted to do.
Okay. But what's going on with this Rough Shot joint? Rough Shot remix.
Ooh, Rough Shot remix. Now, Rough Shot is hard because I just wanted to go in the studio. I wanted to spit. I wanted to go hard on something. And then my producer, shout out to my man Darryl Fortune, he took it and then redid it. And I love the remix even better than the original. The original's dope, but the remix is crazy. And that's even more gangster. So I was like, yeah, let's go with that. Let's go.
All right, well, let's go with it. Rough Shot. Sit down, the guy right here. Community Megabytes on IAXIS Radio. Did you hear that yet?
Lives are lost and not my concern. No lessons to learn because I'll make you burn. It's about money to earn, you know, cheese to make, guard the gate and territory to take. And let these niggas know just who runs the show. Keep it real, keep it raw, and on the low. I'm stunned with the flow and keep the O's moving. Hit the strip and just keep the Benz cruising. Just some my voice is soothing, someone always there. My style is rare, flip words without a care. Now who there, knocking on the door to the temple? It's simple cause I learned what I've been through. Yo. Remember, I'm the nigga who put soda in the biz. The show into the biz.
that's tough, right? I tell you what, you call John Jones Big Pop. Oh man,
Yeah.
I like that shit. That shit was dope.
Yeah, man. Shout out my manager. I see her floating around in the background somewhere. My girl K Swift, she out there in Wisconsin holding it down for me.
Shout out K Swift.
No doubt.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So now, what's going on with this joint? Say Less.
Oh man, Say Less was important. That was one of those tracks where everybody talking that like I can't do this anymore. It's always become an age thing now because unfortunately with hip hop we've never seen an older rapper, and now our rappers are finally getting to an age where they're older now. Some rappers have chose to lay it down. Others are like, I ain't got nothing else to rap about. I still got so much to say. I'm a musician, just like you see white boys playing stadiums at 80 years old, still holding it down. Why all of a sudden would I just stop rhyming because I hit a certain age? So my thing was stop talking, say less. I got this. I got this.
Well, say less. Let's get to it.
No doubt.
Be back.
Sedan.
Yo, what's up, OG?
Good to see you.
Good to see you too. It's been a minute.
I need something from you, OG.
What you need?
Something you owe me.
Okay.
I need this man.
Him?
Not on the planet tomorrow.
Wow. You got it. Say less.
Yeah.
Fuck shooting up a block, I'ma blow up a town and let niggas know that Sedan is around. I'm too hot with 2 Glock, Tennessee, and Tupac. New York City nigga, gritty nigga in your spot. Time is of the essence, never test the lessons. Find your ass confessing on your knees, second guessing. Beef never thin, son, always thick. Hunting for a Vic, nigga take your pick. Cause life is kinda strict and niggas tend to slip. Some born to rip, the rest R.I.P. Can you hear me now when the gun go pow? Niggas slowed on the grind, I want it now. Guess you're confused about what I really do. You got to pay dues and accept the bad news. Live by the rules or no reason to live. It's mine or his, probably mine. I live on the grind, it's all in my mind. I speak through the rhyme, I see all the signs. Say less.
You feel you just flow through life.
Say less. Say less. Freedom or lockdown, your mind on freeze. And what'll happen when you're down on your knees? The true caper, got my people killing for paper. Don't own no acres, catching the vapors. Do the math, down my staff like Moses. Can't see the real right before they noses. It's over, kid, the shit will stop now. The king is on the throne and now you gotta bow. A bird in the hand is worth 2 burning bush. Even caught Jesse out here for a push. Over a rainbow, if you say so. And now we in the days you give rights to homos. Revelation is here, so keep selling drugs. Keep busting slugs, FBI bugs. And white man hugs a smile in your face. Just to take a place over and get a taste. But I ace up my sleeve, best believe I'm on point. And don't believe the devil, son, that's the point. The seals are broken, no time for joking. The God is here, and hell is open. Oh, say less.
Just flow through life. Flow through life.
Hardcore extreme, cream made through street dreams. Pharmaceutical schemes, fiend for fiends back in Queens. For blood of the rush, 1 squeeze, 1 touch, 1 gold, 1 Dutch. Now pass the buck. Respect due to the town and your crew. Best believe you just don't know what I'll do. Mathematic bitches on craftmatics and jealous niggas with automatics and fanatics with theatrics. And while I'm at it, studio thugs off key. I got the raw G, it's hard to see me. Harmony, the melody, MC, the symphony. Enough for memory, the best remedy, a mystery. NY to NC, MD to DC. If you planning on getting in hell, you better ask for me. The microphone addict is graphic, it's a habit. Yo, Southside Queens, the bounty hunter. I move niggas with ill flows and kids like Elmo. And I've been known to getting more women than dildos. On the back roads, I do niggas like roadkill. I kill them all and bury them all in landfills. Say less.
Just flow through life.
Say less. Say less. Say less. Say
You feel like you just float through life.
Say less.
Through life.
Say less.
You feel like you just float through
You know who it is. The God of Sound. Yeah. Southside Queens. Brooklyn. We what it is. We what it was.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Say less. Yo, I mean, you had a lot. You sent me a lot of fire, man. It was very difficult trying to pick through every. Yo, man, I'm only gonna have them on for half an hour, man.
I know. I mean, you know, I got a catalog. I got a huge catalog.
I gotta bring you back so we can hear some more of these joints, man. These joints is fire, man. But
Yes,
I want to try to get into these visuals right quick. Speaking from the heart, talk a little bit about that.
Speaking from the heart, which is really funny because I was living all up and down the East Coast, and I finally got the chance to move back to New York City after like 20 years. And I finally got back on New York soil. I was home. I felt great. And I wrote that song, which is funny. I wrote that song in like the early aughts. So I never got to record it until 2007, 2008, somewhere around there. And then I was speaking what my life was at the time when I wrote it. And I said, you know what? I'm just going to tell the truth. I'm speaking from my heart. And then the visuals, my daughter shot that video. Shout out to Views of Gold Entertainment out of Brooklyn. Yeah, my daughter shot that video. That was her idea, everything about it. I just wanted to be on the train. That's all I cared about was being on the train. and she did the damn thing, man. She rocked out. My daughter is a beast, you know. So I was very proud of that video, and I'm glad I got my point across visually as well as verbally. You know what I mean?
All right. Without further ado, let's get to it. Speaking from the heart, right here, Community Megabytes. Did you hear that yet? IAXIS Radio. Let's go.
Yo. Speaking from my heart, baby. Speaking from my heart, baby. Yeah. I'm just speaking from the heart. Yo. I'm just speaking from the heart. Yo. You're in the wrong section with no protection, not to mention feel the tension. Any questions, hit your deck, because I'm next to flex with mad text, getting chats and checks with concepts from projects where there's the suspects, insects and prospects with connects, get respect from all my subjects. They adore the hardcore raw, from the car to the dance floor, till these niggas really want more. Now in the old school, there's no old fools getting bad news, drug moves, hot tools from broke rules. End up in church pews and never cruel as business with a pack of cools with fly jewels. A homicide was justified, look like a suicide. What goes around comes around. Time for the last ride. Speaking from my heart, baby. Speaking from my heart. And tell me you love me. Speaking from my heart, baby. Now tell me you love me. Speaking from my heart, baby. And tell me you love me. Speaking from my heart, baby. And tell me you love me. I make the walls shake, snaking in clubs and clam bakes, and rice cakes and skate when the honeys rotate. Niggas with guns and they Tim boots ain't afraid to shoot or take your loot, cause your man looking cute. But I salute real soldiers in the ghetto or Middle East. Assist and cease, and peace to dead police. And don't get it twisted, I'm so gifted with the poetry. They notice me hopelessly, wishing I was smoking me. Get over me, I'm only calm if I'm seeing you, cause I'll fuck you up and I'll do just like a 40 do. Get a clue, these young niggas make me look bad. Enough pearl shots, they should all call me dad. And now I'm mad, and my trigger finger is itchy. I hate my life, and my baby mom's is bitchy. She says you're too old to spit, and niggas ain't feeling your shit. And I just laugh and say, shut up, bitch. And tell me you love me. I'm just speaking from my heart, yo. Just tell me you love me. Just speaking from my heart. Tell me you love me. Speaking from my love me? Now back with that courtroom drama to see me in the slammer. They didn't even catch me with the hammer. Watch the judge gavel, they lives unravel, face the battle. Move like cattle, but the kid's still in the saddle. That's skedaddle, the hitman come arrival. One man's murder is the next man's survival. Another trial, misdemeanors are down to felonies. Fake men on their knees and they bow to the desert east. No witnesses shows after throwing bows. Piece of the thugs, the ball heads and hoes. But you never know, but fake niggas show. And with the glow that no one admits to know, it's a sideshow that just starts in the street. Someone tried to speak, then the blood starts to leak. But the guards at its feet never show them that you're weak. And you look before you leap, and you give love to your peeps. Sleep with your heat and don't disturb the word. And never give up, son, that's my word. Speaking from my heart. Speaking from my heart. They love me. Speaking from my heart. Just tell me you love me. Speaking from my heart, yo. Tell me you love me. Speaking from my heart. Tell me you love me. Start a sound, baby. DJ Cisco. Big Unc. Bounty hunters, bounty hunters.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's speaking from my heart. Dan, the God of sound. That shit was fire. I like that.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Linden Plaza Apartments out there in Brooklyn and East New York. We had a ball out there that day, yo.
Oh, okay, okay. You in my neck of the woods. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I used to live in Linden Plaza. So, matter of fact, my house is like, if you're looking at my picture, I'm like right to my left. I was right behind my house.
Yes,
Chilling.
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We about to close this segment out with I want you to talk about voices right quick. But before then, I want you to let everybody know where they can find you, find your music, and get up with all the latest greatest that you got going on. Let everybody know.
Yes, sir. Well, first of all, I'll be in New York for about a week in January. I'm coming to see your boy, and I'll be out there, and I'm gonna shoot another video. We're gonna get this album will be released December 18th. You can catch me on Sedan NYC, which is on Instagram, and you can also go to my Sedan Avalon page. I know it's probably gonna come up a Toyota car. I know. Make sure you put Sedan Avalon Music, and you go and you can see all my videos and everything, and anything new that's coming out really soon. And of course, I'll be in Queens in June, like I always am every year.
That's what's up. Now talk about the video voices that we're gonna get into.
Now that's what's funny. Now you said about Speaking from the Heart. Now Speaking from the Heart was the last song I wrote when I got to New York. Speaking from the Heart, Voices was the first, but Voices was the last video I shot before I moved back down south to North Carolina. My daughter also shot that video, and that video was really the song was personal. The video was personal because everyone in this world has voices in their head that they want to quelch. Not that you're crazy. It's just that there's things that you know that you have going on in your head that you may or may not say to anybody, but you think it. So I basically gave a voice to your inner voice. That's basically what I did. And I spoke truthfully from my own heart about how I think. And, I ran with it. And then my daughter saw the value in it. That's why I shot it at a St. Fortunata Church over off Linden Boulevard and Crescent over there in East New York, right between Linden and shout out to the Cypress Hill Projects. I used to be over there a lot. Right. And, I wanted to give love to Brooklyn. I wanted to give love to my peoples. And like I said, that was the last video I shot before I left New York. So it's poignant for me,
Okay. Shout out to Tyrone Lowe. And, I like to thank everybody that actually tuned in. My guests, Andy Soto, Earl Menace, my brother Franklin on Point of Kentucky, boy, Sedan, the God of sound. Appreciate you.
Anytime.
Everybody, continue on your week. You know what I'm saying? Take care of each other. Al Williams, appreciate you, big dog. You know what I'm saying? Live, love life. Take care of each other. Peace. Voices. Community Megabytes on IAXIS Radio. Let's go.
Thank you, sir.
bounty hunters. Sedan the guard of sound. I got these voices. I got these voices. Nothing. All these voices. All these voices in my head. Got voices in my head that made me do it. Death on the conduit, that Paisley fluid. You all knew it. Yo, Sedan and the Queen's best. A 40-year-old gat sack allowed in the bitch and best. Nothing less, I can't slip or flip. Cisco in the cut, bounty hunters with the mix. Kingdom, DC, VA, MD, NC, BA, Southside Queens. Official listen, won't whistle for sizzle. My dizzle, you're talking in riddles and taste the rainbow Skittles. My God, these voices taking me over. I put drinks on your CD like a coaster. Fight like a motor, took New York on my shoulder. About to get colder, I'm older, retired soldier. And I still contend and still making ends. My men will blast you, cause they can. Got one voice that tells me, run your go. Got one voice that tells me, kill all immigrants. I fought realizing that that was immigrant. One voice said, I'll kill your wife. And one voice said, Sedan, you nice. And one voice said, put down your knife. And one voice said, fuck it, I'll blast it twice. One voice said, they don't deserve your lyrics. One voice said, nobody gonna hear it. And then I said, fuck y'all. They all said, fuck you. Smoked the blunt, had a ball, and made it do what it do. Voices in my head, it's the voices. I got one voice that tells me I'm the shit. Got one voice that tells me when to flip. And one voice tells me when to go hard. And one voice tells me I'm the god. And one voice tells me to flip on the script. And one voice says I should bust your lip. And one voice says make them all drop. And one voice says call the cops. One voice says about to pop. I just want all these voices to stop. I want these voices to get out my head before I go nuts and paint the town red. Before I lose it and go insane. And all of these voices running around my brain. Maybe it's fiction or my beer addiction. Maybe I should pray and stick to religion. All these voices. All these voices. All these voices in my head. All these voices. All these voices in my head. All these voices.